It's VLOOKUP on its way out. In this video, I'm gonna show to you the XLOOKUP that can completely replace VLOOKUP with more flexibility and power in your Excel lookups. If you want to stay ahead and master this function, stay with me until the end. Here we have a table that contains the ID, the name, the age, and the department. And here another table that have the ID. We're gonna bring these other values to the table using the VLOOKUP and the XLOOKUP. I already made a video about VLOOKUP, but I'm gonna use it here so we can compare it with the XLOOKUP. So let's start with the VLOOKUP. Equal VLOOKUP. We need a lookup value, that is our index. Then we need a table array. The table array, it will be the entire table. Here I already created a name to the table, so we don't have to use the range. The column index number. So what is the column index number? It's the number of the column in the table. So ID is 1, name is 2, age is 3, department is 4. So we have to use the column index. Name is 2. And the range lookup, we want an exact match. That is false or 0. As I told you, here I gave a name to the table. It's the same thing that select the entire range, but for me it's easier and more visual to know that this entire table has a name, call it table ID. Okay, I just double click it and voila, here it is, the values. Now let's do the same thing but using XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP, what is our lookup value? Is our ID, right? Our ID. Now the difference starts. What is our lookup array? Different from the VLOOKUP that we need to select an entire table, here XLOOKUP uses columns. So we have the ID here, that is our lookup value. Where we're gonna look up for this value, the lookup array, the column ID. I'm gonna freeze it. Then what is our return array? Different from VLOOKUP, we don't need to count it. The columns in the table, we just select the exact column that we want. Here in the age, we need the age column. Gonna freeze the column again with F4. Now it's another different. From now on, it's just optional parameters, okay? If not found, different from Excel, from VLOOKUP, that if the value is not found, it returns a ND error. Here we can choose to put a value instead of that error. So if the value is not found, I want to put the text not found. Now the next parameter is match mode. We can choose the exact match, that is the default state, that is the exact value that we want. Exact match or next smaller item, it will bring the higher value that is lower or equal to our certain value. So here it will search for the 9 because we are searching for the ID 10. The exact match or next larger item is the opposite. It will search the right ID or the higher ID after the desirable ID. In our case, we are looking for the ID 10. It will bring the ID 11. And wildcard character. We can put a wildcard, so it will use that wildcard value to bring the most closer to the ID that we want. We're gonna put 0, but I don't gonna put it because it's the default value. And here we have a performance search mode. VLOOKUP always starts from the top row to the lower row. So if we have the same ID in different rows, it will bring the first value that it finds. Now we can search the first to last. We can search the last to first. It will change the order. It will start searching from the bottom to the top. Or now we have binary search that use the sorted ascending order of the table or the sorted descending order of the table. So I'm gonna use the same as VLOOKUP. There is the search first to last. That is the default mode. So as I'm using the default mode in these two options, I don't need to put it here. And hit enter. And here it is. It's our value working fine. Now for the department, let's do an example using the ID on the right side, just for you to see how it also works. You're gonna put equal XLOOKUP. The lookup value will be our ID. Our lookup array will be the ID on the right. The return array will be the department, F4 and F4. The if not found, it will be not found, and that's it. And here it is, working just fine. Now let me do the same thing with VLOOKUP. Equal VLOOKUP, lookup value. Table array, let's assume that the ID is the last column. The index I want is the column 3 and 0. And give it NA. So, as you can see, the problem that we have in VLOOKUP no more exists in XLOOKUP. Another thing, if I delete this ID, here it will appear not found. In VLOOKUP, it will appear the NA error. So for us to fix it in VLOOKUP, we need to put an if ever around it. If ever not found. Another point to XLOOKUP that already had this functionality inside it. Pretty cool, right? So from now on, I hope that you always choose to use XLOOKUP and give VLOOKUP the needed rest that it deserves. Hey guys, what do you think about today's video? Let me know on the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. And I see you on our next video.